welcome back to another video with my cat, who's also present. Chloe is sleeping. I just wanted to make like an update video for almost week 13. Tomorrow's week 13. I think I said in my last video that I was between weeks 13 and 14, but then I went for my ultrasound, and again, I don't know, the medical people in the hospital always say I'm a week behind the private people, so I'm just going to trust them. But they said that I was 12 weeks and 4 days, which means tomorrow I'd be 13 weeks. I don't know though, to me the baby still looked bigger. It looked more like 13 weeks or something, but I had my medical ultrasound and it was amazing. The baby was so cute, like curled up upside down, and I don't know, it was crazy. Just compared to what would have been week 10 and a half to week 12 and a half, their legs and arms had got so much longer. You could see their whole spine. It was crazy. It was amazing. They were going to do the NIPT blood test there, which is the gender blood test alongside with like genetic defect testing, but they wanted to wait till the 16th, which is only in a few days, to do that because there would be more DNA of the babies in my bloodstream, and I'm having an OB appointment that day anyway, so I'll probably find out the gender officially more like the 20th, when the bloods come back, or whenever my next appointment is. Maybe that's when. But again, I'm fairly certain I know the gender, and I've asked lots of people and they've all said the same from the ultrasound picture, and yeah, I'm just fairly sure that I know, just because like of my symptoms and stuff. But I want to keep it a surprise, so I'm not going to say anything just yet. But if you know, you know. It will be very funny if I'm wrong, because I've had such a strong gut instinct that I've just outright said to people, like, I'm having and said the gender, and they're like, oh, you know so well. I just know. So it'll be really funny if I'm wrong, but I'm just fairly certain I'm right. Anyway, on to pregnancy symptoms we're going to say week 12 to 13 or whatever. I might put the title as week 13 because it's tomorrow. I don't know. Oh gosh, I've got my finger on the screen. So something I've been experiencing just as I've gone in the second trimester is a breakout. As you can see, my skin is just totally broken out here and here. I had really nice skin, but it just suddenly broke out. But I feel like that's how it's been with my pregnancy. One week I have great skin, the next week it's bad. So I've had a breakout. Another thing I've started to notice is I haven't gained any weight, but I've noticed I feel like I've got a bit more chinny, like a little bit more of a chin, like double chin kind of thing. To most people, you're not even going to notice, but usually I feel like I'm quite sharp here, like more like that, and I feel like it's got a little rounder. But I remember that happened with Chloe, and I looked it up, and apparently a common pregnancy symptom is swollen feet and double chins, like this area getting like, maybe it's fluid, I don't know, it's really weird. It's very strange. Another symptom is my nausea has been getting worse again. This pregnancy my nausea's been like bad and then good and then bad and then good. But I hadn't been sick in a few weeks, but I started vomiting again today, so that was unfortunate. And another thing is gagging, a lot of gagging. Just at smells, at textures, at tastes. I was eating a banana this morning and everything was going fine and smoothly until I got to a slightly mushy part of the banana, and just that slight softness, I started gagging so hard. I had to slam my hand on my mouth to like make myself swallow, because I didn't want to like spit it out. I'm like, swallow it. And then I went and I puked like 10 minutes later. But yeah, and certain things are just disgusting me. Like eggs are grossing me out. Pasta's grossing me out. White things are grossing me out, like white sauces and cheeses. Sour cream is just the worst thing ever. And it's unfortunate because it's my boyfriend's favourite food, and every time that sour cream is cracked open, I just want to puke. Look at these two. They're like adorable. They do this really cute play fighting thing. So those have been some symptoms, and another really exciting symptom is I've started feeling proper movements. I'm not having like full-blown kicks where it's like, like, you know what I mean, like full force kicks, but I'm feeling the baby move. It's more like a lot of wiggles and turns, like when the baby turns, I'm definitely feeling that. I felt a few kicks, but not, really hard ones. But I remember with Chloe, I didn't feel very hard kicks until I was 16 weeks. I am fairly thin, so I do feel movement quite early on. I was asking my sonographer and she was saying, if you have a flat tummy before pregnancy, you're likely to feel movement earlier than women that are slightly heavier. But that all varies. I've got some friends who are on the heavier side and they felt movements early too. So yeah, I've been feeling movements and it's really exciting. It's every day now, and it was just laying down before, but now it's when I'm sitting up too, so that's really fun. I feel like I'm starting to sort of feel like I might be seeing something on the outside, but I'm not going to say definitively yet because it is still very early, but I feel like around week 16 I'm probably going to feel it on the outside, which is only 3 weeks away. And I'm hoping, between week 16 and 20, my boyfriend can feel it on the outside too. I think with Chloe, other people felt her on the outside after 19 weeks. Because you really have to know what you're looking for. Anyway, it's just really surreal to me that this pregnancy is successful. And obviously, things can happen at any stage of pregnancy, but I just don't really see something going drastically wrong after 12 weeks. And I don't mean to sound so naive or rude, because I understand there's so many women that have had stillbirths and, miscarriages, and really horrible things happen after this point of pregnancy. So I'm not trying to be totally ignorant to that and be like, oh, everything's fine. But from my experience, all my miscarriages have been before 6 weeks of pregnancy, apart from one actually, which was at 7 weeks. And that was a lot of miscarriages, one after the other, and I lost total faith. I thought that I would never have a baby again. I felt broken. It was the worst feeling ever, just constantly losing babies. As a woman, you feel like that's your job, to be able to reproduce, at least for a lot of women, including myself. And when I felt like I just couldn't reproduce, I just didn't know what to do. And after so many miscarriages, you lose faith, and it just becomes so traumatic. You give up on trying, and you're just like, I don't want to be pregnant again, because it's just so upsetting to go through this. And I will say, and I'm not trying to be critical, because it could also be me, but I did have all of my miscarriages with one sexual partner, and this was the first time I fell pregnant with my current boyfriend, and so it could be, a change in dynamic between sperm and egg. Maybe this person's sperm suits me better. I don't know, because I did have Chloe successfully with my previous partner, but then after her I just had continual miscarriages. So either Chloe was good luck or miscarriages were coincident, I don't know, but I feel very blessed to have made it this far, and I feel safe to start getting baby stuff now. I don't usually go crazy though until around 20 weeks, but I feel like I can slowly pick up bits and bobs now at the store when I see something I like. And yeah, I'm just really excited to meet my little baby. I'm starting to, think, will I want a VBAC? Will I want a repeat C-section? I'm just thinking about all of those things, whether I'm going to combine feed, breastfeed, all of that stuff. That's just all stuff I'm currently thinking about. And I'm probably going to talk about that a little more in a future video. If I go on a VBAC journey or a repeat C-section, that's definitely something I want to talk about, because I never really talked about it with my daughter, and it was an incredibly traumatizing, difficult birth. It was an emergency C-section, but it left me very mentally traumatized, and it's taken me a long time to heal from that. So being pregnant again and finally realizing I'm going to have to prepare for a birth, it's bringing up a lot of my past trauma that I'm having to sort of deal with in a calm way. And it's a lot to decide what birth plan I'm going to do, whether a VBAC is the right choice or a C-section. And if you're not aware, a VBAC is a vaginal birth after cesarean. In general, it's quite safe, but if something goes wrong, it can go very majorly wrong. Which I will make a whole video about VBACs and C-sections, because I feel like by this point I have a lot of knowledge on it myself, and if I can help anyone else who's in my position, I'd like to be able to do so. Anyway, I just wanted to make an update video, and I'll probably make another update once I know the gender. But I think I want to do more of an exciting gender reveal, maybe like with balloons and stuff with my boyfriend. I don't know. I'm going to ask him. Bye, guys.